Friends, in this video, we're going to talk about the latest immigration news. Today is January 18th, 2021, and this is a very, very exciting week for us here in the United States. We're going to talk about what President-elect Joe Biden plans on doing on day one with respect to immigration. We're also going to talk about the immigration reform bill and where that's at. Thirdly, we're going to talk about a crisis that is brewing at our southern border that may impact President-elect Joe Biden's decision-making on immigration going forward. We're also going to touch on USCIS news. And then lastly, we're going to touch on something new that I've created to help those of you who will have an immigrant visa interview coming up very soon. So stick around all the way until the end. Remember the Muslim ban? Friends, 4 years ago, President Trump, when he became president, he put in place an executive order that would ban the entry of immigrants flowing in from several Muslim majority countries. The U.S. Supreme Court did uphold that action, and it's been in place all this time. And in fact, other countries were added to this list in the early part of 2020. And so Joe Biden has promised that on day one, he will revoke or get rid of the Muslim ban. Tens of thousands of immigrants have been impacted by these travel bans. But in terms of how fast we will see things move, Trump had put in place more than 400 executive orders targeting immigration policies. And so Biden has promised to roll back quite a bit of these, but just know that it will take some time. A lot of bureaucratic things need to happen behind the scenes. Also, we know that there's backlogs at some embassies. So if you're in this situation in which you're in one of these countries or your relative is in one of these countries, just know that it's not going to be an overnight thing with respect to them getting a visa in their hand. Now, the next update is with respect to the immigration reform bill. In an earlier video, or last week's video, I reported out Vice President-elect Kamala Harris made statements that there will be an immigration reform bill that will be introduced any day now, hopefully, on Capitol Hill. And that reform bill will include a pathway to citizenship for undocumented individuals here in the United States, although we don't know the details yet. However, as part of the reform effort that they will introduce, folks with DACA and TPS will automatically get a green card. So stay tuned for details on that immigration reform bill. Border crisis. If you follow me on Instagram at McBean Immigration Law, you may have seen a video that I shared just recently about the Honduran caravan that is making its way through various Central American countries with an expectation to arrive at the U.S. border. Just a couple of days ago, they had basically ran past officials at the Guatemala border, and it was very, very chaotic. Now, the question is, how will President-elect Joe Biden respond to this? This is a very serious thing that's happening there, and it will put a lot of pressure on him and his officials to come up with a solution to the border crisis. But what he has said thus far is that he will not remove the restrictions that are in place right now at our borders. He will not do that. And I talked about that in an earlier video, which I'll link to here. Now, for those of you who are here in the United States, this USCIS news will impact you. USCIS is suspending in-person services on January 19th and 20th. And this applies to their field offices, asylum offices, and application support centers. Why? To ensure the safety of their employees and individuals with appointments. USCIS will reschedule individuals who had appointments on those days and send notices with new appointment dates. USCIS is doing this because this is inauguration week, and there have been a lot of threats about violence at federal buildings and other hot spots across the country. So if you're impacted by this, just know that they will reschedule your interview. Lastly, friends, for those of you who have an embassy visa interview coming up soon, I've created a wonderful resource for you called How to Prepare for Your Visa Embassy Interview. In this course, I go through the interview questions that you're likely to face, whether those are security-related questions, questions about your health, your relationships, public charge, social media issues, and some other special topics. The link is below. Click on the link and get the resource. You may pre-order it. It becomes available to you on January 22nd. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I invite you to stick around, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and certainly smash the like button and share this with other people. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.